We move on now to what Stephen referred to as an example of the PFI, the big PFI in Birmingham, and to get a politician's view of the benefit we've got Cllr Ali has come, who until May was the shadow transport cabinet member, but since May has taken on a new role responsible for environment and regeneration of jobs. But the regeneration of the physical infrastructure of Birmingham is in your hands. Cllr Ali, thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to start by introducing the first slide and perhaps saying, if you look at the north of Watford, there is a place called Birmingham. Anything north of Watford doesn't exist. Birmingham's Highway Maintenance and Management Services is a contract delivering highways improvements in the Birmingham Local Authority area. The 25-year project commenced in June 2010 and has a value of £2.7 billion. The chosen contract model to deliver the service is through the model of PFI, based on a partnership between Birmingham City Council as a client and AMI as a service provider. Birmingham's status as the largest local authority in the UK, composed of approximately 1 million residents, which means that the contract serves a large group of customers encompassing not only residents but also elected members, local community groups, road users such as utility companies and visitors to the city of Birmingham. For the first time, you've got the service provider, AMI, working with the utility companies, where we don't resurface a road and only for them to come in and dig it up again. The PFI solution is like what was the drivers for change. The need for a new model of delivering highway services was identified following the completion of a best value review into the City Council services, which concluded that investment was required in Birmingham's highways infrastructure. A backlog of maintenance had built up over time, which was creating the wrong public image of the city. And I know Birmingham's got more than one image of a city, even though we've got fantastic football clubs there. After a review into funding, a PFI contract was has offered the large-scale and long-term investment that was needed to improve the condition of the network. This would also see a change from a reactive maintenance regime toward a programmed work, which now sets out annually in advance of the streets and the lightings and the street highways programme that's going to be completed in a given area. Other funding options were dismissed as these were short-term, not allowing for whole-life asset management. The third slide in front of you talks about the strategic vision. And the PFI, therefore the PFI contract was the only way to secure the funding required to deal with the maintenance backlog, and the backlog was huge. We was only dealing with potholes, trying to get them plugged, and nothing else was really getting the investment that was required. We received £620 million of credits from central government, and the rest of the money would come from existing highway maintenance budget, and the Labour leadership at the time secured this funding. The best value solution was the outsource of an external service provider. However, there were some concerns around changes of control from the unions regarding to the staffing issues around TUPE. The service works through a contractual arrangement between the City Council and the service provider. The service provider, obviously being AMI, it then determines through the output specification. The City Council determined the service required, with the service provider determining how the service is provided and financed. The service provider is paid a single monthly payment for the whole service, with deductions to the unitary charge taking place upon non-performance. Advantages of this model means that there is a budget certainty for the client, and the risks of all life cycle costs are transferred to the service provider. Customer care is particularly important to the service, as the service provider has an obligation to liaise, manage and consult with customers. The Labour administration at the time wanted Birmingham to become a world-class city. We saw the highway network improvement as an opportunity for Birmingham to compete on a world stage and attract inward investment to improve the local economy. The PFI was also seen as an integral in assisting with the delivery of key council objectives such as Birmingham 2026 vision. The vision to make Birmingham the best place to live, learn, work and visit by 2026, along with sporting aims of the big city plan for the next 20 years of development within the city centre, aiming for Birmingham to be within the top 20 most livable cities in the world. The road improvements are high visibility and bring tangible improvements to the street scene and the lives of local residents. An example of how partnership is working to improve the lives of residents and alleviate fear of crime is through the use of innovative LED street lights. It is the intention that the highway infrastructure is upgraded to an acceptable standard without the gold plating. As well as tying into the strategic aims for the development of Birmingham, the service encompasses marked improvements for members of the public. At a strategic level, road users are benefiting from a road network of an enhanced condition, which is generally of an improved aesthetic. Additionally, the service's annual consultation gives local people the chance to determine priorities of their community. If you look at the diagram that's up there, everything on there, illuminated boards, road signs, highways, trees, traffic signals, pedestrian guard railings, carriageway, street lighting, road drainage, road markings, nameplates, everything is covered in the contract, in the partnership between Amy and the council. And all these have seen significant improvements, especially in the last 2 years, and now that we're in the third year of the partnership. The customer engagement is about all these people, and it's about residents, businesses, local community groups, visitors to Birmingham, the road users, the contact centre, working with the Amy Help Desk, but internally it's about elected members working with highway stewards and district engineers to identify any problems and issues that need addressing. But at a citywide level, the formation of the Highways Maintenance Service is acting to benefit the people of Birmingham by acting as a catalyst for further investment and economic growth through support to projects that are being delivered, such as the Gateway development at New Street Station, tram improvements in Birmingham City Centre, and enabling the Paradise Circus, which is an enterprise zone for Birmingham, and the proposed improvements to the city centre tunnels. Risk transfer through the creation of service has allowed for innovation, which again acts as a benefit to the people of Birmingham. For instance, the service increasingly operates under a street scene approach, facilitating the delivery of range of works which works within one street at the same time, minimising disruption to people. Additionally, whole-life asset management not only gives asset management certainty, but also provides opportunities to integrate with safety improvements for road users. The use of a 5-year advanced work programme also marks a move from reactive to programmed work delivery, delivering more substantial highway improvements. Customer engagement is important, given that the wide-ranging responsibilities of the partnership, combined with the size of the city of Birmingham and its population, makes customer service integral to the success of the highway service. The service is also key in attracting investment and businesses, as well as visitors into the city, assisting in making Birmingham an attractive place for living, working and visiting. The message given to the members of the public through press releases and direct communication must be carefully considered so that they understand the works being undertaken and what they can expect from the contract. A team of highway stewards help engage with councillors and MPs in the local constituencies and act as an eyes and ears of the network. This local engagement also extends to consultation of work programmes which takes place annually. Local communities are encouraged to engage with the service through a variety of means. This can be taken through elected members via highway stewards and district engineers, or through Birmingham City Council's contact centre, which joins up with the service provider's help desk. Whether reporting a highway defect, complementing or indeed reporting a problem with our works, customer contact remains important. Current and proposed programmes for work and carriageways, footways, street lighting and other works are published for comment. Draft programmes are distributed to councillors and stakeholders such as city centre improvement districts in November of every year. Highway stewards also attend local meetings at ward level and constituencies and engage with the public also. Members are also encouraged to submit comments on behalf of members of the public, because the first point of contact for a lot of residents is through their local councillors. A revised programme in light of any comments received is then submitted to Birmingham City Council for consideration 3 months before implementation. Consideration is also given to comments received throughout the year, which are included in the quarterly updates that are received by members. More engagement via consultation is taking place, with 788 comments being received in 2011 consultation and 1,169 comments being received this year. Consultations allow for local people to influence the prioritisation of work being carried out in their areas. There is also benefits in the service, as local knowledge is invaluable. Highway stewards often do a lot of interaction between the City Council and AMI, and that open and continuous consultations throughout the year is maintained throughout the various meetings. Each district of the city is assigned a responsible steward. So Birmingham, having 10 constituencies, we've got 10 highway stewards who work with the 12 councillors in their 4 different wards. Each ward has 3 councillors, 4 wards in a constituency, and any work that needs bringing forward is then put through the feedback process, and often what happens is the benefits are then realised, because if you look at the Dyer Square, this was an area in the part of Birmingham which is called Jewellery Quarter, and the benefits in terms for the local residents were so much so that they all wrote in with some of the positive comments. Employing local people is also at the heart of what benefits are delivered to the community, and the formation of a highways partnership between Birmingham City Council and AMI has incorporated several benefits for the community. The shift from reactive to programmed works allow for higher volumes of work to be completed, which assist in delivering a noticeable step-up change in highways condition. The jointly branded maintenance provider now has greater presence or visibility on the network, making residents aware that improvements are being made. Use of a service provider such as AMI also allows for the delivery of an end-to-end solution, with design and delivery all taking place under the service, making the service as efficient as possible. Employing local people. Recruitment of local people with local knowledge has been important for the service. Of the 300 direct AMI jobs and 300 jobs within the supply chain. 72 long-term unemployed people have been taken on, recruited locally from young people unemployed for over 6 months. Training and employment opportunities are also provided in conjunction with Birmingham City Council, the Future Jobs Fund and Job Centre Plus. 33 apprentices are now working on the service, the completion of the Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award scheme through the apprenticeship being important to improve the self-esteem and career aspects. Last week was the launch of a new apprenticeship scheme for this year, where 3 more local youngsters, local youths from the area had been taken on. And to see them sort of being charged up and really interested with the job prospect with a company that you can say you can have a career for more than 10, 15 years was a positive. Wherever possible, AMI used local suppliers to maximise efficiency. As shown, 81% of the total contract spend is focused with suppliers in Birmingham or the West Midlands. Examples of local suppliers used by AMI include A&M Fabrication, E.H. Smith and others. Specialist materials such as grit, salt and street lighting materials account for most of the contract spend in the wider UK area. The use of locally based subcontractors is seen important by AMI. Subcontractors are also hired based on their competency, meaning that they are sometimes sourced from outside the West Midlands area. The environmental benefits, AMI now recycle approximately 91% of all waste produced by works carried out. This is achieved through sustainable initiatives such as the use of Foam Master. Foam Master is a cost-effective and environmentally sustainable alternative to hot asphalt materials. Through processing the recycled aggregate with AMI's depot in Birmingham, it reduces the need for purchasing virgin materials, generating waste and movement of transport, therefore reducing the overall carbon footprint. The service also uses a variant on this Foam Master product, which allows contaminated tar plannings to be reused, which alternatively would be disposed of as hazardous waste. The innovation of LED street lighting is not only important for the customer through energy reduction, creating a more sustainable place for residents to live, but the technology is more reliable, reducing maintenance and therefore disruption to communities. LEDs is also on streets if residents feel the lights levels aren't high enough. They can be altered through the control centre at AMI to make sure that the residents do not feel that the light levels are being compromised. If, on the other hand, they think the LED lighting is too bright, you can also bring them down. So the environmental benefits of that and customer satisfaction are huge. LEDs also enable improved visibility, which has been known to enhance feelings of safety amongst residents. This slide shows an example of where the lighting has been replaced from the standard lighting that existed to the new LED, and you can see straight away it's a white light rather than a yellow light, and fantastic. You can even see the colours of the cars that are parked on the street, which is normally not possible. Here are some of the few quotes from some of the residents in terms of complimenting how Birmingham has moved on with these highways programme of maintenance of streets and street lighting. Customer achievements to date engaged with over 140,000 stakeholders. A locally based approach to customer service through the highway stewards, lay assessors and consultation has ensured that there has been several achievements for customer to date. In the first 2 years, the contract has engaged with over 140 stakeholders and created 600 new local jobs. It has improved the highway condition, including 409 kilometres carriageways resurfaced, and someone can turn that into miles if they want to. 14,000 street lightings replaced, 72,000 trees pruned, 17,000 potholes repaired, and this is the key, because you've gone from a reactive to a planned programmed, and if you come and see the streets of Birmingham now, you will not find a street with a pothole. We might do when the weather turns, but not yet. Customer satisfaction, that is important, because you can't be doing things without the customers, the residents, and it's not just the residents, it's the visitors and other road users feeling that they're getting the benefits of the service that are being provided. And this chart represents some of the 40,000 people that have been polled, that 2,210 responses were received. A response rate of 5.5%, not a bad figure for Birmingham. Potholes. Short-term strategy was, if you see the slide on the left, is the pothole where it existed, and if you looked at the after, that was the typical pothole that I suppose exists in London. That's what it says, doesn't it? I'm not going to say where the street was, but if you look at the Birmingham street now, before and after, that's the Birmingham solution. I'll say no more on that. Media attention, whereas I remember 10 years ago, it used to be who can spot the biggest pothole in Birmingham, and that's where a lot of our resources and energies were focused. If you look at the media coverage now, it's all positive, and there is never ever a mention of any potholes, because there ain't none. And thanks to that PFI programme, I used to get in touch with the transportation department when I first became a councillor and say there was a pothole there. 3 months later, I'll be lucky to see if it was sort of patched up, like the London solution. These days, it's not about potholes, it's about making sure that the safety aspects of the streets are a concern now. We've moved on from the reactive in terms of new carriageways, new roads, new street lighting. Everyone has a clear idea of when the streets are going to be upgraded or resurfaced, or carriageways, footways redone again. But it's about residents coming to us now saying, safety is of a concern. Can we have traffic calming measures? Can we have extra pedestrian crossings put in? I mean, it's a win-win for Amy, because it's extra money for them. But now we've got to go and concentrate on the issues that we should be concentrating. And I must say, subject to the previous speaker, Birmingham is on the opposite scale of what was said. And I know it's true for the rest of the country, but I'm glad Birmingham's leading again. Thank you.
Well done.